Good morning, guys. It's Monday, December 13th, and it's almost noon. I woke up pretty late this morning, but I do have some good news, everyone. I got my first patron. I'm very grateful. I'm honored, and I'm very appreciative that people are actually supporting me and find what I do worthy. Like, there's worth in what I do, and I feel wanted, and it makes me feel like my art and what I'm doing is a good thing, and I'm just so giddy. So later I will be creating a welcome post for my patron, and if any future patrons come in around the time I post it, I'm gonna post the welcome post probably tomorrow or Wednesday. It'll probably be up by the time I post this video. I plan on posting this video either Wednesday or Friday. I'm just debating on if I want to do 2 video a week schedule or 1 video a week schedule. But leave it in the comments if you would be down for 2 videos a week or 1, so I can kind of cater and gauge what each video can be, so it's exciting and not really boring or anything like that. And I'm just so excited, and obviously you guys will get to see what the welcome post is. It's for my patrons only, so if you are interested, the link will be in the bio if you want to pledge and see the welcome post and behind the scenes of this Secret Santa drawing that I'm doing for someone. Very excited. The theme is, I can't say it because it's gonna spoil it, because I think the person is a subscriber and I don't want them to know, but they're not a patron yet, so I'm very excited to so for the newest edition of what I bought today is this. I got this tote bag. It's a very nice looking tote bag of Yuji Itadori from Jujutsu Kaisen. It's the same image, both sides. It's a smaller tote bag on the range of things. My only concern is that the handle is kind of small, but it is a thicker fabric, so I don't have to worry about the bag ripping or tears. I really liked it, and I saw it at my local mall, and I had to buy it. Super nice. And then I copped this figurine. Hold on. I copped this figurine at Box Lunch, and isn't it sick? Here's the backside. It's Inosuke Hashibira from Demon Slayer, and it has 2 interchangeable heads, so you could have the boar mask or you can just showcase his face. Very exciting, very expensive, but I think it's worth it. It's an early Christmas gift to myself. And for this video today, I thought I would show you guys my progression. Like, we're gonna take a deep dive in some older sketchbooks that I've done before. So I'm very excited. We're gonna look through physical sketchbooks, and then we're gonna look through my digital ones on my iPad. And get ready for some cringe, my dudes. Get ready. And we're gonna move over to our next topic of the day. Okay. So right here, these books are an accumulation of sketches that I've done from high school up until now, and unfortunately I don't have any of the drawings that I have when I was like in middle school, but I will pop up right here one that I can remember that my aunt uses as a profile picture that I drew in like middle school. It was awful. It was so weird. The girl, like, her legs tapered, so when I do have it, it'll be right here. And now we're gonna look through almost every single item here. Okay, excuse my weird looking hands, but this is the first one, and this was in high school. I was really inspired by a lot of artists back in the day. I honestly, it's been a long time. Some of these were back in like 2016, and I would just like goof around and just doodle in whatever I could have. This was a concert ticket when I went to go see Shaun White, and then like Kendrick Lamar was there. Keep in mind, I was a 14-year-old at a concert with adults, and the smell of weed was everywhere. I used to save my movie tickets and just keep them for memories, but the tape has taken away the ink that you can barely see them now. Like this was The Conjuring. I don't even remember what these ones are. This one's Finding Dory. I never really finish a sketchbook. I tend to sketchbooks, as you can see. I have quite a lot of blank pages, and I honestly just draw in whatever I feel looks really nice. Oh, this is old, so some of the pages do rip out. I got this at Michael's for like a couple dollars. I had friends that used to write in here, like would write messages and stuff. And these are some rough ideas that I kind of want to like look back to and try to redraw and stuff. Some of these were me trying to like look at like artists that I wish I could remember and try to like mimic their style and see if like I liked that kind of style of art. But this is something an old friend used that made me that drew for me. A lot of them are really old memories that I honestly forget that I had. And now we're moving to the next book. Here's the next one. I don't remember where I got this one from, but this one's so old and tattered, like there's barely any pages left. But I used this back in, this one's from 2016. I used to just doodle for funsies, really. This used to be an old doodle of like old friends that I used to talk to. This one was made by my friend. Quick plug, her name is Iris, and she has a art page as well. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. She is open for commissions. And I will put her socials in the bio, in the description. My fault, not bio. She has wonderful art as well. She's an amazing artist. I love her style very much. I did this with like spray paint. I thought this was super cool. It's like a spine and like the head sticking out. Some of my stuff is questionable. I just get bored. This was a weird phase in my life when I was 17. Close the book on that. Here's another one that I got in high school. Yes, I never finished it. This is like an old ad I used to use, but I don't use it anymore. I tried to do Inktober every year, but I get kind of distracted and easily burnt out and unmotivated, inspired stuff. This was supposed to be like a little comic strip, but I never got to it. This is, I used to do, this is when I started getting into like really gory art, dark art, and I thought it was super cool. I just started drawing for the fun of it. Not really trying too hard. Just like having fun with stuff. I got some stickers from friends in high school, and I remember not being able to finish this sketchbook. I think I barely made a dent in it. This is for a project in my engineering class back in high school, and this is when I was practicing ellipses in my art class, kind of like Dr. Seuss style. It was a really interesting time. I tried drawing a hydra, and for the most part, it's just like sketch. Oh, just kidding. This was an idea for a suit I was like roughly drawing out. I was really trying to figure stuff out here. This is an idea that I want to revisit eventually. So is this one. I was really intrigued by this. That's it for this one. There used to be stickers on here, but I took them off. Here's another one. I bought two of like the same sketchbooks in high school because there was like a sale at Michael's, but I didn't even finish filling up one. I don't really have, I never really had a set art style with things. I would honestly just draw till I was satisfied. I was just trying to draw something in a style that like really intrigued me, you know? I had a really fluid art style. I tried to just try to find something that I like to do, that I found fun. For the most part, a lot of this is blank. There's nothing really else in here that I could think of, so to speak, at least. And now here are some individual pages that I ripped out from a sketchbook back in high school. This was a drawing that I thought was super pretty, and I was inspired off of something I saw on Pinterest, and then I turned it into an oil painting. Unfortunately, I don't have the oil painting in my possession anymore. I gave it to my English teacher in senior year before I graduated. This is koi fish entering like a portal pond. It was a design that I came up with for my friend who wanted a jacket done, and he loved it, and I was so happy. These are a mushroom girl, and like smoke is coming out of her fingers, like she's emitting steam or like spores. I was super into drawing like women in kind of surreal like ways around this time in 2018. As you can see, I super into like third, like higher levels, like meditation and thinking, like different astral projection and like spiritual stuff, and unlocking what was inside my mind, basically. This one I never got to come into fruition and finish making. I do want to revisit these and redo them again eventually. Here's another woman. A lot of spores and like goop is a reoccurring thing in my art. I tend to do that a lot, and I find it a motif that I constantly use in my art that I'm happy with. This one is Honey Head. I saw this picture of a girl on Pinterest with her hair wrapped, and I thought she looked so pretty, and then I split her face open and made it look like honey was coming out. This also is something that I never got to finish either. And right here, this was a random print that I did, but it says don't focus, and it's like supposed to be not centered and kind of messed up, and the flower is upside down. It was an idea for like a shirt or tote bag. Do keep an eye out for this eventually in the future. Here's a little weird random section. This was supposed to be a self-portrait, and you can see that the goo is reoccurring yet again. And a lot of what's in here is like wasted paper and sketches that I did that are unfinished in this one. There's not really a lot in here anymore. Like, I had a lot of cool ideas that I kind of don't, that I really enjoy, that I kind of want to do again, that I haven't done in like a long time. This sketchbook is post high school, entering college, and this was actually last year that I made this one. My mind was like kind of crazy, and I was going through a lot at this time, and I was coming up with like sticker designs. I was just using like a highlighter and just a pencil, whatever I had around me. This was my brother wanted a logo made, so I made that, and then I made it on my iPad to make it look better. I had some rough times coming up with something. This was supposed to be like the Nike shoebox, but then I got lazy. This is the swoosh symbol from Nike. Kind of glitched. I really wanted to try doing glitch art. This is my mushy man happy face. Kind of want to redo this and make it like a cool little sticker or something. That'd be really cool. Here's another version that I did. I actually started using this as like a notebook for school, so there's still empty pages in here, but it's mostly notes now that I used for school. I use it for like my perspective drawings in my art classes. Kinda not really like a stationary girl. I just grab whatever's in front of me and I use it. Here is my most recent sketchbook for this year of 2021 that I used for college, actually. This was for my life drawing class, so yes, I did see naked people in front of me, and I did have to draw them for 3 hours straight. The models were super cool. They were nice. Some were really shy, so I didn't really talk to them, but it was a really interesting class. This was towards the end of the semester, like 2 weeks ago, where we started using watercolor. And I don't really do flesh tones. I do the values first, so I always try to do grays when I watercolor. And this is a spare piece of watercolor paper that I'm gonna reuse for something. These are just gesture drawings, so before we even lay out the actual human body, we try to get a feel for where would this be? Where does the leg go? How does the form feel? Like this person was laying down with the leg crossed over and their arm was hunched to the head. There's a lot of these, so we will skip over the gesture drawings. We did that for like a couple of weeks, and then we started doing the head. Imagining the head as a square, simplifying the human body into basic shapes so it's easier to draw. I get distracted pretty easily. When I get finished sketching, I tend to doodle something on the side all the time. This was trying to imagine a cube rolling and seeing where the shadow would land in the highlights. And it's really interesting. Like, I really liked how these legs turned out. And just a couple more of these. I was really happy with these. I started getting bored of drawing the model, so then I started drawing my classmates sitting down. And these are actually 3 different people. They're not the same person. Here's some more rough sketches. I was really proud of this weird complex piece, leg up like above the pillow, and them just casually sitting down right there, imagining ellipses in the person so it's easier to see the subtle change. Those were the hardest to draw, like a subtle shift in the neck or hip area. This is another Dr. Seuss thing where we try to imagine ellipses in things so it's easy to create a form for things. And then I was starting to get a little bit better, not to where I want to be, but practicing. I'm really happy with how things have turned out. Some of these are not mine, so like right here, this is the professor's. I would date it and make sure like that's not mine. I don't like taking credit for other people's stuff. I do want to admit, back in high school, I did copy someone else's art and sold it as a sticker, but that was me at like a young, impressionable age. I was in high school, so I wasn't really like aware of things or didn't really like care enough. And I do apologize. I don't do that anymore. And I have made up for it a lot, and I don't condone people copying other people's art or stealing their art. I've made that mistake, and that's like one of the things that I do regret doing, even though yes, I was like 14 or 15, but it still wasn't a good thing. So I do condone, don't copy anybody, just practice and get used to doing your own art style. I did want to make that apparent too, because I don't like to keep like secrets with people. So I wanted to let you guys know that I did do that one time in high school, and I never did it again. And back to the topic of the sketchbooks. Sorry, we got off the rails for a second. But these pages are trying to see the torso as two squares or rectangles. So there'd be the hips and then the torso. And you can see right here, I had such a very hard time. I was like, I don't get it. And then literally 5 minutes later, I was like, oh, I understand it now. You can see the curvature. And right here, you can see me trying to practice twisting. And I was really starting to get the hang of it. There'd be some days where I didn't really feel like it in class, so I didn't really try as hard as I should have. I really like this foot. This is when we started getting into hands. I was really proud of this one. Sorry. And I was really proud of a couple of these. This one was, excuse me, this one was really good to me at least. And I really liked these ones. We started drawing our classmates' hands, so we would rotate seats and draw their hands. I would skip pages. I don't really follow a linear path or anything like that. This is when we learned foreshortening, so when certain parts of the body you couldn't really see, so then we would just try our best to learn how to foreshorten items. You can see the professor doing little sketches to show me how to improve my work. This is when I started doing tonal value with watercolors. I really liked this one. And this one is one of my favorites. This is another watercolor thing that I did 2 weeks ago, before the semester ended. And we did like pre-sketches before the warm-up. The rest is just blank doodles I did before I would go to class. Not really exciting stuff, but a couple possible ideas. and loose pages that fell out. And that ends it for the sketchbooks that I have at the moment. Now I will show you my iPad ones. Okay, here's my iPad, and these are one of the earliest ones that I've done. I'm not gonna go through all of them because there's way too many, so we're just gonna click on a couple that I really liked. This one is Lucky from Animal Crossing, and I drew him as a mummy this was when I first started to like understand Procreate. And this was like a random self-portrait that I did. You can see how bad it is. And my little speed painting of a pumpkin that I really liked a lot. And as we scroll, you can see like how things progressively change. Like here's my drawing of Baphomet that I was really happy with. Here's a death stalker moth or something, like I don't know what they're really called. I just know they have like skulls on the wings. And I did a lot of my logo editing and brand editing here, and I do a lot of stuff with symmetry. This is my little mushroom guy. I do a lot of small details that I'm really pleased with. A lot of unfinished pieces, portraits of women, homework assignments that I never felt satisfied with, unfinished stuff, a lot of unfinished works. And I edit my photos on Procreate as well for when I post them. As we're scrolling here, and then these are like trying to find a style for myself that I really like. More photo editing. These are one of my popular designs. This one gets a lot of likes on TikTok, but it's me if I was a demon slayer. If I was a character in Demon Slayer. I have 2 wristbands like Tengen that says like kill and destroy. I really enjoyed it, and my 2 favorite colors are my eye colors actually. Do a lot of my thumbnails on here too. A lot of my stickers are made here. Just print them out and have them ready. I don't want to scroll all the way up because then I don't want my Secret Santa drawing to be seen, and I don't want it to be found. Ponyo in like the ramen bowl. I started doing like Ghibli stuff that I never finished. This is a little animation that I'm supposed to get finished with, but it's supposed to be me. As you can see, this is from Over the Garden Wall. I highly recommend this show. It is very cute. I enjoy it a lot. Here is a picture of a Pokemon card of Celeste that I made for my friend. And here is an ace card that I made for a homework assignment. That is honor that I'm paying homage to Takashi Murakami and having a little mix of my own style with it. Here's an unfinished picture drawing that I'm not done with yet. It's called Sad Ramen Girl or Miso Sad Girl. Spider-Man stickers that I'm gonna hopefully get out eventually. This is top secret. It's a surprise, so that can't be seen. And that's it pretty much for my iPad little sketchbook walkthrough. Alright, and that's pretty much it for my my little sketchbook tour for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. My lip just chapped because it's cold outside. It looks like it's gonna rain really bad, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. I still don't have an outro or an intro yet, so I'll see you in the next one.